Once templates have been published as forms, they're now accessible for users to fill out. Inform is designed to be incredibly easy to use and accessible from almost any device. Designed for the construction environment, Inform uses fast and efficient menus to make creating forms easy for any staff, even if they have little or no computer experience. We'll start by filling out a form from a desktop or laptop. Users can simply log into Inform with a username and password. Notice that this user does not have permissions that would allow them to access templates, reports, or setup. They're only allowed to fill out forms. Here, users will be able to see the forms that they've been working on and open them up to complete a form or access a form that's been submitted to them for approval. Along the top of the page, they can see forms still in draft. They can also see completed forms. These are forms that have been submitted and don't require approval. They can also see pending forms. These are forms that they've submitted and do require approval, but haven't been approved yet. They can see forms that have been approved and rejected as well. Users will be able to leverage the search field to look for a specific form, or use the filters to find just the forms they need to review or finish. Users can filter the list of forms by a form's owner, form name, categories, groups, or by a date range. Now, we'll fill out a new form. Simply select the Fill Out a Form button to get started. Users will be presented with only the forms they have permission to fill out, as identified in the template properties. We'll select the Accident Report. All forms will have a name that's automatically created for you that you can change. Notice the system automatically puts the date and time in the name of the form. You can then apply a group and subgroup to the form if needed. For forms that require approval, the user will be able to indicate who needs to approve the form, and they can have multiple levels of approval. Once the form is approved by Approver 1, then it's available to Approver 2 for review. Inform will only show users who have the form approval permission as options for approvers. If this is the default approval sequence, you can save that sequence to be applied to other forms that require approval. Now we're presented with the form. Users can leverage drop-downs and radio buttons to quickly enter in necessary data. Remember, because Inform can bind the choices of form fields to B2W operations, lists such as jobs and employees will always have the most up-to-date choices without the need to sync data or manually update lists. This makes forms very simple and reduces errors. The signature field can be used even without a touchscreen, and when users sign, Inform will create a date and timestamp for the signature, and the GPS location of where that user was when they signed. Attach media to include pictures and information about that picture. Users can attach as many photos or videos as they need to in this area. Notice if a user tries to submit a form that's missing required information, they're prompted to complete the form. The form is immediately saved to a secure server in the cloud. No more lost paper, no waiting for forms to be brought into the office, no more incomplete or illegible forms. The data in these forms is instantly available for enterprise reporting or for generating alerts. Inform also uses an advanced and highly adaptable interface, so whether you're filling out forms on a desktop, tablet, or smartphone, users will have a consistent and easy way to enter the data. Let's see the same form, but with a tablet instead. Notice that Inform has automatically resized the interface for a smaller device. It's still visible and easy for users to get what they need. I have access to all the same information, and if I need to change the orientation to see certain areas better, I just change the orientation of the tablet. I'll select the same form just by tapping on it. Then, Fill out the name and group. Notice that the system has saved my approval sequence. I could change it or keep it as it is. Now I'll tap Save. Users can easily resize the form on screen to make fields larger. Fill out the form in portrait or landscape, whichever is easier. Now I'll fill in the data just as I would on a desktop, except I'm just tapping the iPad screen to easily make selections. Leverage local resources from the mobile device, like Siri, so users can simply speak into their devices and have the system convert that speech to text. Or leverage touchscreens for signature. Now, add media, either from pictures in your library or directly from the iPad's camera. We've covered one typical example with an accident form, but it's easy to see that forms and use cases for Inform are almost endless. Inform can transform the process of filling out forms from an unstructured, labor-intensive, error-prone chore to an efficient, any-device-from-anywhere way of capturing mission-critical data and having it instantly available back in the office.